Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, everyone. It's your boy, Mr. Degenerate, back at it again for another motherfucking video. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year and happy holidays. I'm so happy we've all made it to 2023. Congratulations. Give yourself a round of applause. Hand clap. All the bullshit that you went through in 2022 is irrelevant. Fuck it, throw it in the garbage and move on. We're on to new and better things in 2023. Any beef you had with somebody, leave it in the past. If you didn't get a particular item or something you wanted, motherfucker, leave it in the past or make sure you get it this year. If your friendship is ended, leave it in the past. All that bullshit, leave it in the past. Leave all the drama and bullshit that you went through in 2022 in the fucking 2022. Bring on the new year, bring on new chapters, new beginnings, new happiness. I want to basically do this video. This is going to be a little different from my usual videos. This is going to be a little bit more personal, but also I'm going to give you an update on what the hell is going on with the channel. So, without further ado, let me just get straight into it. But before I get straight into it, let me slow my roll. Let me rewind. Before I get straight into it, I want to basically say thank you for anybody and everyone who has watched my channel. I know my subscribers have been very short. Or I only got like 95 subscribers at the time of this recording. But I appreciate people who's been liking, commenting, sharing my videos, supporting me, telling me to keep going. I really, honestly, thank you. You guys have been really the best. I don't know what the fuck I would do without y'all. Again, I do this shit for you guys. I don't get paid for this, and it ain't even about the money. It's all about putting out content. I want to give a special shout outs to my boy Jason and his channel. He's been doing amazing things with his channel. I think he's almost at 2K subscribers. I'm proud of this kid, man. I'm proud of this motherfucker. This man is constantly putting out content and just having a ball with his shit. I see the passion and the love coming off of him, and he's really a hallmark of my channel. Because while me and him don't talk about the same things, he's mostly focused on fighting games, and I'll talk about fighting games on a casual level. Just seeing his passion and his joy for fighting games and how people interact with his shit has been really, really humbling, and he pushes me to go further and go better. So I appreciate it. I appreciate even a little bit of the subscribers, and I know he's been sharing my videos and whatnot. So I appreciate all he's done. So Jason, if you're watching this video, thank you, bro. I appreciate the love and support. For all my other friends that have been supporting me, thank you for all the newcomers, for my TikTokers, because I've noticed TikTok people have been more invested in what the fuck I have to say. I want to say thank you. I never thought that platform would actually have people actually want to hear what I have to say, whether you disagreed or whether you like. I really want to give a huge shout outs to the TikTokers, because you guys were like some of the shit that y'all have been saying. It really makes me reflect on my videos and whatnot, a discussion, and have a different outlook. So thank you, my TikTokers. So this one is for you guys. So thank you very much. So now that we got all that nasty ass, garbage ass, lovey-dovey shit out of the way, we can finally talk about what's to come of the channel. And what's to come of the channel is some new things I wanted to kind of do now that I've kind of am growing slightly, but also something I'm kind of like I feel like would make the process of videos more easier, which is using webcam. Using a webcam for face reveal, and using my camera for recording more. I've been hesitant on doing it, not because I'm afraid of or I'm shy or afraid of people seeing my face. Like, if you follow me on Twitter, which you fucking should be, because I literally talk about a lot of shit on Twitter. You should be fucking following me. Why didn't you not following me if you're not? Link is in the description box. Go fucking follow me, you fucks. Anyway, if you've been following me on there, you already seen my face. The reason I want to kind of transfer to that style of videos is because editing, despite me really liking it, takes up a lot of time. And when I used to do record, I used to record using my cell phone and just record with my friends. And just record on myself. Anybody who's followed me on my private Facebook would have known, like that's how I used to handle shit. So going forward, maybe I would do that same way. So I'm still debating on it. There is one camera I want to get, so we'll see how it goes. But for right now, if I do decide to do it, it's probably going to be with my cell phone. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see. Let's hold off on it right now, but that's an idea that I'm probably gonna do. Going into now videos, upcoming videos. I could tell you one of the big videos I want to fucking do is a Resident Evil 4 remake critique. This is something that is very near and dear to me. This franchise, I wouldn't say the franchise, I would say Resident Evil 4 in particular, is a very near and dear game to me. Like this game is literally one of my favorite games of all time. It is literally the quintessential game that got me into survival horror. Because at the time I was a pussy bitch and I didn't want to play no survival horror games. And this was the game that got me into it. So to have it be remade, it's very near and dear to me. As much as a Dead Space remake is dear to me, Resident Evil 4 is dear to me. So that critique video will be coming as soon as I play Resident Evil 4 remake and really dissect that game. And I mean, I want to play it on hard. I want to play it on all the difficulty. I want to play all the everything, every single thing about that game. I want to dissect and I want to compare it to the original Resident Evil 4. But I also am going to keep an open mind and respect any of the decisions they make, because at the end of the day, it is going to be a reinterpretation of Resident Evil 4, and I do not want the same fucking game, because if I wanted that, I would go fucking play Resident Evil 4. So I just want them to honor Resident Evil 4, and that is it. But so that video is going to be very near and dear to me. It's going to be on the same level as my Assassin's Creed video, or better yet, the video that is the most popular on my channel, the Spider-Man video. So we will get onto that when that game hits. We will also talk about Dead Space. I kind of want to do a Dead Space video, and whether or not I think the remake is good. It's not going to be as it may not be as hard hitting as the Resident Evil 4 one, but Resident Evil, ooh man, Dead Space. I really want to see if this Dead Space remake is gonna be good. Since, man, I could go into my rant about EA, but we ain't gonna do that right now. So we're just gonna leave it at that. Another thing, movie and game of the year. Those are coming. However, movie of the year will be first because that will be easy. I can easily knock that out soon. Expect that sometime in the coming weeks. That is an easy video to do, so I'm not fucking worried. Not worried about that. Having said that, Um, the game of the year one will take a little bit more time. You won't expect that until February. And the reason being is because I want to finish up a few games at least. And I don't know if it's going to be on like a top 5 or a top 3. Most likely, how it's looking is probably going to be a top 3 with some honorable mentions and one disappointing game that I cannot wait to talk about. Ooh. Ooh. Anyway, I'm looking forward to that video a lot because I got a lot to say on Game of the Year. But I will tell you, if you really want to figure out what is Mr. Degenerate's Game of the Year, all you have to do is look at my YouTube channel and follow me on Twitter. You kind of already know what it is. All you have to do is check. There's one particular video that I did. And if you find that video, you are a champ. You already know what the Game of the Year is if you watch that video. And that's all I'm going to say. Anywho, so yeah, those videos will be coming. Another thing, there will be no worst movie of the year. I'm not doing that. Because I didn't watch a lot of movies that really I fucking like hated. Like there were no videos I hated. No movie I was like, ooh, I hated. There were a lot of movies I doubted, which funny enough, 2 of them actually is in my movie of the year. So I'm like kind of shocked, but it is what it is. That's the beauty of being surprised. Anywho, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to talking about at least one bad movie, but it will be in my movie of the year video. Outside of that, you'll get your typical regular videos. Nothing much on that, so don't expect much. I want to do an MCU tier list, so like either the whole MCU or just Phase 4. Yeah, either the whole MCU or Phase 4 of the MCU. That is something I originally recorded at the beginning of the year, but I deleted it because I was like, you know what? I kind of want to wait until we finish up or get halfway through Phase 4. And surely enough, as soon as I said that, Kevin Feige literally did the smart move and was like, Wakanda Forever is the last of the Phase 4. I'm like, thank you. Because I got a lot to say. So I may do only a Phase 4 or do the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'll debate and see. If you guys want to leave a suggestion, please let me know. I also want to do my wish list for James Gunn's DC universe, what I want to see, what I hope I see. I know sometime this month we're supposed to get his grand, fantastic blueprint, and I pray on everything I fucking love that his blueprint is good. I am a little nervous, but James Gunn has not let us down yet, so I have a little faith. Other than that, I think those are it with what's to come on the channel. We'll play it by ear, but yeah, so we'll see how far we're gonna take this whole stuff this year, and I'm looking forward to it. By the way, this is off topic, but what happened to that Prince of Persia remake? And now that we're thinking about remakes, like that's another game like I'm like I want to do a video on, but I haven't heard anything about that. But yeah, there's tons of games. Oh, and I will be talking about when that movie comes out, Spider-Verse 2. I'm looking forward to talking about that a lot. I didn't talk about the trailer because I had nothing to say because I thought the trailer was trash as fuck. But but those cameos were dope. But other than that, the movie did not tell me anything to get excited except, well, look at all these spider people. And some of the reference was cool, but that's about it. So, well, we'll get to it. Moving on. And finally, we're about to wrap this video up, but before we go, I just want to take a minute to talk about um, mental health and kind of my favorite album of the year. It's gonna all tie into mental health and some of the shit I've been going through, and kind of understanding where a particular rapper is coming from. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick Lamar. It's like one of my favorite albums. And at first, it wasn't. It wasn't my favorite album. I didn't really even have a favorite album of this year because as much as I love The Weeknd, and The Weeknd's concert was amazing, if you did not go to the after hour Until Dawn tour, missed out. It was fucking epic. I went to Met Stadium. I had a ball. I was like at front row. It was fucking so fucking cool. It was so it was fucking sweaty. We were losing our minds. It got so crazy to the point it started pissing fucking raining. And oh my goodness, we were in sync with this man. We were fucking killing it. But you know what other tour I went to this year that spoke to me slightly more, even though I enjoyed the Weeknd concert more? The Mr. Morale tour of Kendrick. Like that whole tour performance and everything was so interesting, was so fascinating, that it made me rethink and review that album. And I think the thing I took away with it after listening to that album so much, and why it became my favorite favorite album of the year, was Kendrick literally was going through a therapy session. And through this album, he's literally telling you things, revealing things about himself, about his mindset, about dealing with some shit he's never even had to think about as a man to deal with until now. Revealing things that we didn't even think of until now. But it was such a fascinating. I think the main theme you could take out of that album is he is not your savior. As much as Kendrick has put a lot of great ideas into our minds, and to a lot of people, including some of his colleagues, consider him one of the best rappers alive, and as much as he's really like influenced the rap genre really well, Kendrick is just a human being. And I think we get caught up in the fantasy of a actor, or fantasy of a celebrity in general, and forget that these guys are human beings and that they're going through their own struggle. And it felt like the whole time Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers was just this big bombastic therapy session where he doesn't not even him himself have all the answers. You know, I have the album listing right here. Like some of the things he talks about in the album, some of the things he says in the album, like N95 is literally him saying like, yo, you take off all that fancy shit you have on, you take off everything, like really just deep down inside, like we're all ugly people. Like we're not this great flawless people. We're all going through some shit that kind of like defines us. And you know, you look at something like United Through Grief. You know, United Through Grief is literally him saying like, yo, like we all, despite how we go through it, and despite our different lives and our different cultures and all that different shit, there's one thing that combines us all together as human beings, and that is like grief. And how we may go through it differently, but we go through grief the same way. And just the whole rest of the album, like Father Time, whether or not you're talking about like being raised by, you know, dad, and you know, nowadays we're getting advice from fucking YouTube, the manosphere people, and I don't even want to go into that subject because that's a whole big controversy subject that I don't even want to talk about. But just the lack of father figures or lack of good leadership. It, yo, this album is so great, and then you know. One of my favorite songs on the album is "Rich Spirit" because he talks about like changing his viewpoints, changing his ways, and you know, he has my favorite line in that whole album is like, "Bitch, I'm attractive. I can't fuck with you no more. I'm fasting." Ugh, like that shit is lit. Like it's lit, but it's like upbeat. But even in that song, you know, he's still trying to figure shit out. And I think why I'm trying to talk about this album more is that it is the most human album I think Kendrick. Well, Kendrick's always kind of like the more personal album Kendrick has ever made, because I think for me personally as a person, I sometimes run into this idea that I always have to have the answers to everything, and I think also Kendrick has run into that same thing of like always having to have the answers for everything, always have to be the one to have the advice for the people, and be there for the people. But you know, he's come to this realization in his life that, you know, I got other shit to worry about. I got other people to worry about. I got two kids now. You know, I got kids. Like, I can't afford to be the savior of people. I can't lead you guys. I gotta figure out my own shit. This personal demons I'm trying to deal with. Mirror. I believe Mirror actually has that line, that really great line in the song. He literally says, "I'm sorry I didn't save the world, my friend. I was too busy building mines again." Like, that is powerful. I'm fuck me. Jesus Christ. This all I said it before in my Black Panther review, Wakanda Forever review, that Kendrick is truly a Gemini. Because he's all his songs he talks about duality. And in this, it's the same thing. Duality of doing what's right for people or what's right for yourself. And I was just sitting there like just listening to this album. I'm just like, man, Kendrick, it's like as much as he said he's not the savior, and this ties into me a little bit, he is kind of like making me in perspective, because 2022 was not my favorite year. It wasn't even my best year because of dumb shit from the past, dumb shit that I don't even want to get into. But it's made me kind of realize, like, I've always tried to be the one to have the answers for everybody. And I realized that I don't have to have the answers for everybody, and because Kendrick don't have the answers to everything, and Kendrick is very intelligent man, but not even he has all the answers. And he's literally saying in the album, you know, it's okay that you don't have all the answers in life. It's okay that I don't have the answers in life. You make do with what you got, and then that's it. And I personally just love this album because Kendrick really made me think about things differently, and you know, it made me realize something echoing throughout this whole entire album, throughout my family, some of the things my family's been saying, some of the things my girl's been saying, and some of the things that I've just been ignoring. But I think I finally come to this conclusion that it's okay to take things day by day. Take it day by day. You don't need to have everything figured out. Well, that's okay. It's okay. So hell, I'm a 28-year-old man, and I still don't got shit figured out, and that's okay. Eventually, and even, you know, even when you're in your 30s and your 40s, not everything is gonna be figured out, and that's okay. You just gotta just do with what you got, and eventually you'll find that answers. That's the whole point of life: find those answers through going through the pits of fire, by learning from one another. And I don't know, that this album really spoke to me. So for that, uh, that is why it's my favorite album. And with that being said, that's gonna be the end of my video. Uh, I hope you guys enjoy. If you're new here, please comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next, guys, have a good evening. Take care. Have a good one, everybody.